Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, October 1st, 2013. This is Jennifer, and I'm standing in a slightly different place today because I wanted to have my cutting table right in front of me, which is down here, because I received my swap from MKissa. My box is a little bigger than a pound because she also sent some donations for the Linus Connection because she's just awesome that way. So I'm really excited. I want to unpack the box and show you guys what's in it as I go. So on the very top was this cute little market bag, kind of like a pumpkin-y tote. Over these great cross-stitch books that have all kinds of fun stuff for kids in them. There's some fabric, which, you know, fabric is lovely. This is a music note fabric. Some sparkly pumpkin fabric and some more pretty pumpkin fabric. This one is coffee fabric. There's a pretty vine with kitties and just sort of a 4th of July folk arty fabric. There is an adorable candy corn pincushion. Fun little keys. A little Dracula and a little mummy, which are both adorable. We've got some knitted pieces, which I have a feeling are probably going to go in my Linus bag for future use. These are awesome. My daughter really loves peace symbols, so I will probably turn these into earrings for her because I think she would really like that. And got some more fabric. These are little handles for making like coin purses and little bags that have the little snap handles at the top. Got an awesome stamp that says Go Green. Some ribbon, pretty ribbon. Little wine charms and grapes and little wine glasses, which is very cool. I think that's probably all of the swap stuff, so now I'm going to show you what she sent for Linus. This you guys have probably seen before. There was a Twilight quilt along several years ago that was started by a website I cannot remember the name of now, but they only did like 2 or 3 months, so people started quilting along, they bought all their fabric, and then they just disappeared. So quite a lot of people made this block and then didn't. There were, I think, this block, there were some trees, and then there was one other thing, and then there wasn't anything else. So I've actually put this in quite a few Linus quilts because you guys are awesome and have sent me this block after not knowing what to do with it. She sent me just some miscellaneous little orphan blocks that'll also go in my Linus UFO bag. She sent this, and there are, I haven't actually unfolded these yet, so I'm seeing them for the first time. There are 3 of these, which will also go in the Linus bag. When I say Linus bag, I mean it. I have a bag right here that's stars for Linus, and I have another bag right here that's orphan blocks of various sizes. So I actually put them in the bag, and then as they accumulate, I will pull them out and try to sort them and try to turn them into a quilt. Also, she sent a big stack of crocheted Slytherin color granny squares, and I actually just think I recognized one. Hold on, I recognize a couple of these patterns because they're my patterns. So this is Chain Compass, which is one of my patterns. And this is, I don't even remember what I named this, but this is also one of my patterns. So that's fun. I hadn't even realized that yet, so that's cool. So there's a stack of these, and then she also sent the yarn to go with it, so that will also be a Linus blanket. So awesome things. Thank you, MKissa. Thank you for all the Linus stuff. Thank you for my pound of love. Lots of great stuff here. It's a super fun swap for me. I had as much fun sending as I did receiving, which for me is the best part of swapping. Now that I've shown you some swappy goodness, I have a couple other things to share. I was going to change locations, but I think we're just going to stay here because this is a nice little nook, little corner. Just geographically, I'm normally over there when I'm talking to you guys. My sewing machine is over there, and my computer's over there. This is my workspace, and this is the corner where all my stuff is, and then the rest of it is like move around kind of space. So in the past, I've talked about The Fault in Our Stars. We actually have a copy of The Fault in Our Stars out there that should be coming back to me soon. We just, Crystal and I just talked about that a few days ago, and I have just reread the book again. It must be about 7 times now. I absolutely love the story, and yes, I cry every time I read it, and every time I read it, I think of all of these amazing quotable things that are in this book, and all of the imagery and the characters and this last time I reread it, I thought, why haven't we done anything for this on Fandom and Stitches? So tomorrow, make sure you visit Fandom and Stitches because we are having a Fault in Our Stars design challenge. So basically, you take whatever inspires you from the book and design a pattern that you can share with the Fandom and Stitches community. And then we will post one giant post like we did for the Doctor Who Stitch Along Invitational, where we posted all of those wonderful blocks and all those wonderful patterns at the same time. We will do that. Visit Fandom and Stitches tomorrow for all the details, for everything you need to know. I am going to give you a sneak peek of the prize. This is a prize coming directly from me, and I have been holding on to this for a long time for something special. When The Fault in Our Stars came out, John and Hank Green both came to Austin and we went to the book signing. We got to meet them both. I have autographed copies. They talked to my kids. They talked to my husband. It was awesome. And they were giving away free posters. Each one of my family members picked up a free poster, but my husband did not use his. So I'm giving it away. So I will be giving away this official tour poster from the Fault in Our Stars tour. The winner will also get a button made by me, Fault in Our Stars button, and a Fandom and Stitches button. I actually, believe it or not, just made Fandom and Stitches buttons for the very first time. I will be giving these away over the next year, so I will continue to give these away probably with every prize pack that I mail out. It'll have one of these. We will have voting, so this will be, the winner will be chosen by our Fandom and Stitches visitors, and the winner will receive this poster and these two buttons. And I think that'll be really fun, and I cannot wait to see what kind of Fault of Our Stars stuff we end up with. One night last week, I found myself with like an hour to myself, which is something I don't usually have in the evening. Normally, I work all day. I'm by myself a lot of the day because I'm in my my studio, if you want to call it that. And but this one day, just because of circumstances, I found myself with about an hour of time completely to myself at like 9 o'clock at night. So what I did was I came upstairs and I thought, you know, I want to make something that's just craft therapy. I don't want it to be a thing. I don't want to have to sit down and design something. I don't want to pull a pattern out. I just want to sit down and make something. So I pulled some scraps out. I just reached in over here. These are my scrap bins. So I have my fabrics organized by color. So these are just scraps, and then these are actually like fat quarters and half yards, that kind of thing. So I basically just stuck my hand in here and pulled out a handful of scraps. I grabbed a piece of batting. I grabbed a piece of Insulbrite, which is batting for pot holders. These are just scraps, but I'll show you basically what I did. So I took my Insulbrite, I took my batting, and then I cut this into about a 7-inch square, and I stitched and flipped on top of the batting, and then I did like a pillowcase turn. So I did this one first, and so I actually, these are quilted, these pieces are sewn to the batting, and then the back is, I did a pillowcase stitch. These little, these are actually satin stitches I added after I pillowcased it. So I did another one, I did a green one, and these are 6 inches square, so they started out 6.5 inches, and then they ended up 6 inches square. So I stitched to the batting, and then I put a piece of fabric on top, stitched it down, and left a little hole, and I'll even show you where my hand stitching is if you can see it. So I actually whip stitched that together, and then after I whip stitched it, I top stitched it. It took me, the two of these took me about 30 minutes, maybe less, for both of them. So they were super fast, easy, and I just really enjoyed making something for no other reason than the pleasure of making it. I am going to send these to someone that I care about that's had a lot going on lately. So that is an added side effect of making something just for the love of making it, is that I now have an impromptu thing that I can just send to someone that I really want to share something with. I also have a pile of Linus blankets, but I think I'm going to show you guys next week because, oh my gosh, I'm at like 14 minutes, and I really try to keep my videos around 10 minutes, and I usually go over. Sometimes I record for 20 minutes and I have to cut a bunch of stuff out. So next week I'm going to show you a bunch of Linus blankets. You guys, I hope to see your swap videos today. I hope everyone's doing okay, and if you've been having a rough time lately, know that we're thinking about you and we love you, and you guys take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.